Hey everybody, Average Gamer. Thought I'd do a quick little video on the new power draw system. Fortunately, I've been having some issues connecting to the public server. I can only get on there for a few minutes before it crashes or something, so I haven't been able to really get on it. But I thought I would talk to you right now about what the whole thing is about. So apparently it's power draw. Basically what happens is every mech has an energy value, as you can see right here, a maximum energy value. Right now the biggest they can get to is 30. Basically the way it's set up is every weapon now takes a certain amount of power to use, which is kind of realistic when you think about it, right? The engine, which is powering your mech, can only have an output of something. Whatever that power output is, it won't be able to power every weapon, or if you do, there's going to be some sort of penalties. Basically, what they've done is they've set it up so that every weapon has a certain amount of power associated with how it's used. So right now, they've worked out the refill rate, basically how much that power takes back, which is 20 points of energy per second. Which, when you think about it, still means you can still do your alphas, no problem. They'll just be maybe a little dispersed out. There's the new energy bar, which is right here, which shows you how much power you're using. There's still your heat. There's a little indicator now showing you what your heat's sitting at, so it actually shows you like actual colors. So, for example, red is your critical heat level, orange is severe, yellow is increasing, and green is, well, almost no heat whatsoever. Basically, the way it works is it takes the weapon. I'll actually read it word for word. Most weapons have a weapon value. The value of the weapon determines how much energy is drawn from the energy status bar. If you consume more energy than you have available in your energy status bar, a critical indicator will light up to indicate that you have incurred a heat penalty. This heat penalty applies additional heat, 0.5 heat, for every point of energy over which you currently are using. Basically, if you use up more power, your engine is working harder, it's creating more heat. Simple as that. Every mech gets 30 points of energy, which I think is stupid at the moment. For the PTS, though, makes sense. I have a feeling it'll probably be associated with the engine you put in it. So every mech will have a bonus associated with its energy. But then, depending on the engine has a power output. That's the way I think this should go. Overall, it's to cut down on alpha strikes, which in lore were not really done that much, right? Because of the penalties associated with it. Basically, one energy point is 1 point of damage. So if your weapon does 8 points of damage, it uses up 8 points of energy. Simple as that. If, though, it's a cluster weapon, so for example, LRMs, SRMs, or LBXs, like shotgun weapons, they use 0.75 energy per 1 point of damage. So basically, for every 3 points of damage, you're using 2 points of energy. Simple as that. Clan ERPPCs, though, are different. They use up 13.5 energy points no matter what. Machine guns, flamers, tags, and narcs don't use any energy whatsoever. Though I think they should. I think they should use a small amount. Now, mind you, this obviously is just for testing purposes. They've also changed the dissipation and capacity of the mechs for the server. Weapon cooldowns modules have been reduced for efficiency purposes. Obviously for the tests. Some weapons have had some adjustments to their cooldowns and things like that. All weapons, their cooldown has been increased by 15%, just to see what would happen, basically. Gauss rifles, those of you who like Gauss rifles, the Gauss rifle cooldown's been increased, and the range has been reduced. Mechs are now limited to a maximum of 2 Gauss rifles per mech as a max. So overall, what is this? What does it do? What's it supposed to be? Basically, in the end, this is what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to increase time to kill. Basically, the amount of time people actually are running around in a match. It's not supposed to penalize people for using alphas. What it does is it makes other people use other things and other methods. So chain firing weapons is now better. You actually get a bonus for it. You use up less power. So basically, the way they set it up is, do you want to go for DPS now, or do you want to go for massive strikes? Simple as that, right? If you're doing massive strikes, you're doing a massive amount of damage in a short period of time, and it'll take you a little while to get back up to that, and then you can do it again. No big deal, right? Or you can go the DPS route, where you put small amounts of damage out over a long period of time, and there you go. So basically, they're almost like I'm trying to think. Think of it as an autocannon versus a laser. Laser hits and does damage. Autocannon does the same amount of damage over the same amount of time, but you got to constantly hit that target with those rounds, right? So medium laser does 6 points of damage. An ADC2 does 2 points of damage. But in the time frame those three lasers, that laser goes out, you can fire off 3 AC2 rounds. So on the right side, it's kind of along those lines where they're trying to figure out ways to basically have people last a little longer in battle. And also to stop people from basically just doing high alphas and not really kind of getting around the way the system is. So with that in mind, I think it's a good idea. I like the way it's going. Like I said, I'm just having issues connecting to the server right now. I'm crashing every few minutes. So I can't really get any recording done associated with it. But all in all, though, I like it. I like the way it's going. Basically, every weapon has a set amount of damage, a set amount of energy, which obviously will probably get changed after a little while. But I like it. I have a feeling over time, the next part will be different mechs are going to have different power, which I think is a good idea. Because right now everyone just has max 30, everyone's got a 15% cooldown, and that's it. So your weapons are cooling down a lot faster than they normally would. I think it's going to come down to, 30 is the base energy, for example, and then depending on the engine that you have, it will increase it or decrease it depending on it. Every mech will have its quote unquote, we'll say energy efficiencies, maybe, where certain mechs are more efficient with their energy than others. Like they'll have, for example, less slots on purpose, but they'll be better at energy efficiency. So you'll have 3 large lasers or 4 large lasers on a mech, which is a lot better than say 8 medium lasers on another guy, because that mech has that extra the extra efficiencies. So he's able to cool down his weapons faster and fire more often. Something I don't know. But yeah, so that is the energy draw system. I'll be trying to get on and not trying to crash, but we'll see what happens. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.